Hey everybody, welcome back to What the Quest. It's the final episode of our Avatar arc. I don't know why I did that. This Avatar's not spooky.
Spooky.
Okay.
Spooky Avatar!
In which
Whoa.
we are unionizing a workforce. Just a classic Avatar story.
Totally normal.
Yeah.
I
Before
expect nothing less.
Before we dive into the show, though, we would like to acknowledge that we are privileged to record the show on the unceded traditional Coast Salish lands, including the Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, and Musqueam nations. And I'm going to hand it over to Taylor, our quest master for this arc. While I get into character, as a slightly salty / silly grad student / union organizer, which is not a stretch for me, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, that's pretty much you right now.
He also really likes dinosaurs.
And Star Wars. Does that exist in Avatar universe? It's a crossover now.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Just to recap where we left off. Pardon me. Spence. Oh, I burp. Hold on. So where we left off was that you were in Cranefish Town, the before name of Republic City. So before it became Republic City, it was named Cranefish Town. It was a burgeoning industrialized area that sat on the sort of tippy south of the Earth Kingdom. There's a lot of people in town who have moved there to, get jobs, participate in industry. Benders were working in lots of different factories, providing labor, using their bending skills. There's been recent unemployment issues, classic Avatar stuff. Because unfortunately, a lot of the benders have been replaced by new technologies at these factories that can kind of do what they do. Thus sort of giving the non-benders sort of a leg up, sort of creating an equal playing field. And some people in town feel that's not okay. And there's been a rise in a bender supremacy movement, which is not great. So what you guys have been tasked to do is to recover the child, Laugan Lion, who is the son of the Cabbage Corp owner, big rich guy in town. They both happen to be non-benders, and they were kidnapped by the bender supremacists. So currently you've caught up with the bender supremacists, and you are at their underground meeting about how they're going to hit some more factories, because they just did a bunch of damage to some existing factories. And you are face to face with their ringleader, the industrial visionary and unfortunately bender supremacist Li Ling, who's on the head of the Cranefish Town Business Council, and her two daughters who have kidnapped Lauganland. And you are getting all these factory workers who've been laid off hyped to seize the means of production. Yeah, get them riled up.
Mm-hmm. And Lauganland is there, right? He was up on the stage, captured,
Yeah, all captured and stuff.
I don't know what they were going to do with him. We kind of just bulldozed forward with this unionizing thing, but I don't
felt
really
like he was leading up to they were gonna kill him. Is kind of what
make an example of him.
Make an example of him somehow.
I was thinking ransom. I didn't think they'd be that harsh, but maybe.
Well, ransom would probably be bad.
Originally, the note that had been left with Lauganland's father was just to get his competing factory to leave town, or he wasn't going to be a son again. And then, with that, hopefully drive off some more non-bender factories in town. So they weren't really going to kill him. They were just kind of holding him hostage, holding him ransom as a symbol of I don't know, their supremacy. Look how easy it was to kidnap this kid. Whatever, get out of here.
Well, yeah, when you have superpowers, it's easy to kidnap someone who doesn't. Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, in the Avatar world, there are people who are non-benders who have like chi blocking abilities and are like, there's different ways you can fight. If you're a non-bender, there's using technology. There's there's lots of really industrious people that you could just be like a regular weapons master, and then there's bending. Chi blocking is a pretty effective means of creating a equal fighting field or playing field, I guess, between benders and non-benders in that way. But got to be pretty skillful on that
Yeah.
one. So where we left off is you guys are in this cavern getting all the workers riled up, and Li Ling has been told, I guess, they've done listening to you, and they're trying to get you guys round up. But where you left off was basically a cry to unionize from Lando. So what do we want to do next?
I mean, does the crowd look like it's about to seize the means of protection?
They are pretty riled up, but they're confused because they know Li Ling and they trust her as a sort of powerful businesswoman. But you are saying a lot of stuff that makes a lot of sense to them. I think you guys all sort of pitched in and contributed to this like rallying cry. But the thing is, Li Ling's having none of it. And while she can't necessarily turn the crowd on you to like fight back on you, she can send some hired thugs in there to kind of break up the crowd and get you guys gone out of there, out of her business.
Well, I think we need to get up to that stage and sort of face her directly. Now that we have like the crowd, we don't have really, they're sort of on our side. And also I think because we got to get Leanne Lan.
Is there a microphone or a megaphone?
No, she's just real loud.
Yelling. Okay.
We'll
yell louder.
One out of rock. We earthbend that.
Yeah.
With classically, fine skills bender Jasper.
Yes. Yeah. How big do you want it? I hope real big.
I mean, the bigger the better, I'd assume.
As you are, trying to figure out your way to get through the crowd to this podium that she's on, you definitely see some thugs closing in on you. There's a couple firebenders, a couple waterbenders, a couple earthbenders, mean looking folks, and they're just zeroing through, like blasting through the crowd, pushing people out of the way to get to you.
Okay. I would like to whistle for Chewie, my Komodo rhino.
Oh no.
Just comes like barreling through.
And,
query, this Komodo rhino, how much of it is Komodo, and is it the poison part?
It's split in half. The top half is Komodo, bottom half is rhino.
Body-wise, it's mostly Komodo. Head-wise is where it gets more rhino. It's kind of really just, if I remember what they look like right, kind of just a Komodo dragon with a horn.
Yeah. But
I like the idea of it
poison
split
biting?
in half sideways, like
It'd be so
Two-Face from Batman. Yeah.
Just different leg structures. One is like a straight leg under the shoulder, and one's off to the side. It wouldn't.
Also, one is a mammal and one is a reptile.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of mix-up. It's interesting in the Avatar world how they have these like mashup creatures, and they're like just various things, and then they also just have like house cat, just a regular house cat, and you're like, well, not like a house cat monkey, no, just
cat.
a cat. Where did they get the just cat from?
Well,
Everything's also a bear or a dog or a...
Yeah.
Cats are already a mashup of an animal and a literal knife, so...
Just an animal with a knife taped to it.
That's what a cat is.
Lots of knives, very small ones.
Yeah, that's right. Little scalpels.
Pretty
Okay.
much.
Yeah, so I want to send Chewie like barreling towards these thugs. To, like,
Okay, so they're kind of coming from like all sorts of directions, and I'm assuming Chewie's coming from like the mouth of the cave.
yeah.
So basically, you're sending in this charging Komodo rhino into this cave filled with people. And so everybody's like, sees this thing coming and starts fucking panicking and running. They're like, okay, cool, sounds good. We'll seize the means of production, but I'm now, they are sort of terrified of this beast just barreling in and towards them. They're like, time to get the fuck out of here. Like, so the regular people are kind of panicking and trying to like, they're finding their exits or
I think we can make
cowering
that work
against
for
the
us.
wall.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
I
Because
think
now there is chaos and we can seize the chaos.
to get to the
and-
stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there would be people
Um,
running and screaming and like hitting these guys, and we could just go that way. Right?
I think so.
Jasper's used to chaos, I think.
It makes sense to me.
Oh boy. My my PDF just froze. But anywho,
Oh.
so you guys barrel towards the the sort of overlook area, and what happens is you see the thugs, they push their way past the people that are scurrying. They're still trying to beeline it to you, and down from the podium jumps one of Liling's daughters, and her name is Yaling, and she is ready to play defense while her mom, you can see, has grabbed Lao Genlan, is trying to make off in the chaos as well.
When this is all over, we gotta get Laogan Land some self-defense lessons because this guy's useless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go for the eyes.
Yeah.
He's like, my cabbage corp!
Just kick as hard as you can, Laogan Land.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, cabbages are a great food, don't get me wrong, but they are not really like for building strong muscles.
Yeah, you can't bulk up with a cabbage.
Not high on protein for sure.
No. So yeah, he's Yaling jumps down and she's ready to fight earthbending style. Okay. I'm closing my PDF and reopening it. So what do you guys do? She's kind of blocking her way to the podium. It seems like Li Lang is absconding. What's your move here?
Barrel through her.
Well, Liling
I'm gonna
is
try
like
and-
escaping. I think this might be like some of us fight this person to buy other people time to get to Liling.
Sure.
I feel like waterbenders might be good in that situation because you can like grab people with water and stuff. I'm much better at like straight fighting someone because fire is not the best utility ability.
Yeah. So are you saying the waterbender should go after the kidnapper?
Yeah, I mean, if it looks like the biggest like knockdown fight is going to be with the daughter.
Ooh, knocking stuff down. I'm good at that.
Yeah, I think Jasper and I are probably with Jasper being like the hammer.
Yes.
Yeah.
My literal move is called punch where it matters. So.
Is that okay? Okay, so Yaling is ready to fight. As fights go, the PCs go before the NPCs.
Right.
So, and I have a whole character sheet and everything for her.
Nice.
Cool. We're all good. So
Okay.
what would your character, the Earthbender and the Firebender, will go between. So we'll do this fight and then go see how the waterbenders are doing. I don't want to like leave anybody out or have anybody like sitting, not doing anything for too long.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, of course.
we'll go between. We'll do like a round and then go from there.
Makes sense to me. So I'm just trying to find the cheat sheet of combat.
It's on page. No, I don't
Got
have a
it.
page
I
number.
got it. I got it.
43.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I choose in this case. I'm going to defend and maneuver. Is going to be my approach here.
My plan is to advance and attack.
Okay. And then Yaling is going to Okay, she's going to advance and attack. So we'll do defend and maneuver, and then advance and attack. So it'll be Lando. And oh my gosh, I can't remember your character's name. All of a
Jasper?
sudden, Lee? Jasper.
Jasper.
And then we'll go, and then after my turn, then we'll go to Carmen and Cheyenne.
Cool.
Cool. So how does this look? Describe. Let's see how this is going to happen. What are you going to do?
So I'm heading in first. All right. So I need to roll first. Roll with focus. Which I have +2 to. Oh, hell yeah. That is a 13.
Oh, awesome.
No.
Great.
Okay.
You did a good job.
So I get to do
basic or mastered, or sorry, you get to do mark 1 fatigue to use a learning technique, use 1 practice technique, use 2 basic or master techniques.
all right, so I'm gonna do 2 basic techniques. I'm gonna do retaliate, so I'm gonna steel myself against their blows. So anytime they inflict fatigue, a condition, or try to shift my balance, they mark a fatigue.
Okay.
And I'm going to seize a position to engage with my foe. And then, because I'm fighting with Chewie, my Komodo Rhino, I'm going to mark a fatigue to grant myself the favored condition, which means on the next exchange, I can do an extra thing. But for now, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Jasper.
Okay. How many dice do I roll? I forget entirely.
2d6.
2d6. Okay, it was 2d6. I was just like, I don't know how to play game anymore. I got a 6.
Oh no. So you on a miss, you stumble, but you shift your balance away from center to use. Okay, you can either fail or shift your balance to use a basic technique. So what do you choose to do?
I'm gonna shift my balance, I think,
Okay.
towards force.
Okay.
Because my 2 poles are care and force. So I guess if I'm
This
using
definitely
force,
seems like a force. Yeah.
makes sense. Use the force, Jasper.
May the force be with you and with you.
So I can use 1 basic move. I'm going to use strike. Strike a foe in reach, forcing them to mark 2 fatigue, mark a condition, or shift their balance away from center, their choice. Mark 1
Okay,
fatigue to instead choose to hammer them with your blows, forcing them to mark 2 fatigue, or strike where they are weak, inflicting a condition. So I guess I can mark 1 fatigue to force you to mark 2 fatigue?
Sure.
Sure, why not? I have fatigue left.
Just so you know, that Yaling has the ability Momentum Throw. So if you inflict fatigue, any fatigue condition or balance or shifter balance, you become impaired for your next turn.
Or I can strike where they are weak, inflicting a condition?
I think you've
Can I
already
do
said
that?
what you were
You already said
doing,
that?
so we're
Okay.
going with that. So, let's just go in order. Stu, how does this look as you're retaliating and seizing a position?
I think since I'm going in this with Chewie, I'm gonna, as he like runs by, I'm gonna like grab onto him. And
Onto what? Does he have a saddle?
He's got all kinds of. Yeah, definitely got a saddle, of course. Yeah, I ride. He's a riding thing. Yeah, yeah.
You swing up by the horn.
I Legolas up. I'm surfing on the back of this Komodo rhino.
Okay.
Then he comes in to like seize the position, so I leap in like right close, and yeah, really like moving in a way that I can sort of intercept any like of her attacks. So taking a like defensive stance, keeping myself between her and Jasper, so that anytime.
Yeah, I in my opinion, this looks like she's trying to hit you. She's calling up boulders and trying to hit you as you run around, but it's not really working. You seem like you're able to either miss them or block as you're riding around on your Komodo rhino.
Yeah, he's using his horn to knock boulders aside.
Yeah, it looks really cool. And then for Jasper, how does this look?
So I am trying to hit her, I guess. And Lando is like riding around on the Komodo rhino and Sad just trying to stay in between us, and I'm like, get out of the way, I'm trying to hit her, and end up like tripping and end up throwing this big rock that kind of like part of it falls on me but still hits her because I did kind of hit her.
Yes, yeah.
But now I'm impaired.
Yeah.
So I just fall flat on my face.
All right. So Leeling rolled a 7. She was going to use Smash, so she's going to mark 1 fatigue to destroy or destabilize something in the environment. So she's going to what is she going to do? She's going to make since you're riding around her, she's going to actually make the ground mud. So it's definitely like losing its tactile ability to like it's definitely slick and harder for you to move around on it. Yeah. So maybe that contributes to the impaired because you're kind of for Jasper because you're just kind of slippery.
Makes sense.
Okay. That's the end of that turn. Let's go to Saluk and Nibi. You guys are chasing after Yaling. Or, sorry, Leeling. Who's got Lao Ganlan. And she's making her way through like an upper tunnel that she's also just carving into the rock as she goes. She's pretty powerful earthbender. What are you guys going to do to try and stop her?
I was going to do evade and observe.
Okay.
Yes, great question. Engaging. I'm going to defend and maneuver. I want to like use my water bending powers to create like a geyser that propels me into like melee range with her.
Okay. Okay, and then yeah, like we'll do evade and observe. So you would be first, Carmen, and then Saluk, and then Nibi would be next.
All right. Ooh, no. Actually, I have pretty good focus. Let's see what that becomes. That's a fun. 8. So not the worst out there. Use one basic or mastered technique. Oh. I'm going to seize a position. I'm going to engage with a foe.
Okay. So that we'll resolve that in a second,
Mhm.
and then Nibi, you're doing the evade and observe. Go.
Yeah, I got a
Go.
10.
Awesome. Woo. Bones rolled. Done. So
Bones roll.
the bones,
Just
they've
a
been
pile of
rolled.
small bones. Tiny
Was it a bones
bones.
day? Was it a bones day?
Bones
I
day.
tried to
Carmen's
check,
not-
and you're not in the loop on Bones No Bones.
What's bones, no bones?
It's a TikTok thing.
Cheyenne, do you know
Okay.
about the bones, no bones?
No, please. I'd love to know.
There's a 13-year-old pug that they test every day by gently lifting him out of his little tiny like dog bed, and he's like just a puddle because he's so old and wrinkly, and they test to see if he has bones or no bones that day. And bones means today's gonna be a good day. No bones is like be nice to yourself.
Divining with your aged pug.
It's become
Yeah,
a
the pug's
big
name
thing.
is Noodle. It's a big
Yeah.
thing right now.
Nice. I
And
like it. I like it.
fully identify with this boneless 13-year-old pug because some days
Oh.
I have no bones days. Like I literally
Yeah.
describe myself as floppy some days. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday was a no bones day for me. So
Yeah.
anywho, Cheyenne, you got a 10. So what things do you want to do? Because you get to do a couple things if you choose.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the two basic techniques. That means I can do 2 combat approaches, right? Not 2 different ones, but can I do 2 evade and observes? Is that how it works?
Yes.
Yeah. So those are the basic. Those are the basic techniques, and then the 3 choices you have under, you can do 2 out of the 3 there.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna start with bolster and hinder, and then I'm gonna do test balance after.
Okay. I'm gonna roll for Leeling. Just rolling a bunch of 7s tonight. Okay, so they got a 7, or she got a 7, and we'll choose bolster or hinder. Oh, maybe test balance. We'll go with bolster or hinder. So Carmen, Saluk, what does he do to seize the position as this earthbender is just boring their way through the rock?
They're like just straight up like through the rock.
Oh yeah, they're like making their
Oh, they're not going through like okay, interesting. All right.
She might have started off in like in an already pre-made tunnel, but then like decided like fuck this and like broke off. So
Yeah.
maybe trip you guys up amongst the chaos.
Just doing the like punch thing where you punch the wall back.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go with what I said before, where I'm going to, or just sorry, are we doing a new round or
No. I would like you to describe what happens.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you do that thing, you seize the position, but describe how you do that.
Yeah. So as I'm like running towards her and I see that she's like punching literal holes in a pathway into the stone, I'm going to propel myself with like a geyser of water uh until I'm like right behind her, like within like, arm's length of her.
Okay, cool. And then Nibi, what what do you choose? You picked a couple from this list. How does this in what order do you do them, and like how does this look?
Yeah, so Nibi grabs the jug that she carries with a little bit of water in it, pops open the cork with a classic popping sound that I cannot do, but I wish I could. And some water swirls out. Oh, I can't do it.
Almost.
Yeah, just a little pop.
Sorry.
And a little bit of water swirls out and shoots out towards where they're running, like into the tunnel, and where Salek just kind of like is leaping into. And I'm gonna aim the water at both of their feet, and then I'm gonna like freeze it, touch it, and freeze it as it's like streaming out of the jug, and hope to hinder them when they're trying to move through that tunnel. So maybe just catching their ankles and kind of like tripping them up.
Okay. Yep.
So I'm thinking either it's probably more like impaired or trapped, or actually stunned. Any of those could really work, depending on what I can do.
Okay. Hold on. Trying to write on this layer and it's not working.
And I imagine the water like little roots with like tendrils shooting out and kind of like grabbing onto their ankles.
Okay, so let's go with impaired. And then what is the other thing that you do?
I was gonna do test balance. I can't remember if this was revealed to us through dialogue last time, but I vaguely remember that it's Liling, right? Liling?
Yeah, Liling.
Yeah, that her principal is control.
Yeah.
Okay. So I kind of wanted to question and challenge her belief on control while she's kind of tripped up. I'd be just yelling at her because I'm like not fully caught up. I'm still like running up there.
Yeah. Okay. This is gonna be interesting to role play. So, what do you say to her to challenge her sense of control? Like, her whole situation is Bender supremacy, and she also wants to like make sure that Benders are the ones profiting in town. They want all the non-Benders out because of that's her whole situation. She feels that non-Benders are weak and etc.
Okay. Because it says you can try to shift their balance away from center, but do they even have a center for NPCs? Because they just only have one principal, right?
Yeah, they only have the one.
Okay, maybe I won't do that then, because I don't know how that works with PCs.
Yeah, I was trying to read about this because the NPC stuff that they give you is not really as comprehensive because it is a quick start campaign, so that's fair. So let's say on the other, so let's say her balance is control and the other side is chaos. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Well, I think what it could mean is if you shift it all the way to control, that's bad, right? Where she is like so obsessed with control that like she can't function.
Yeah,
I guess would be.
But
if not, if that does sound like more complicated because we're trying to like figure out a character's like opposite when it's not there. If not, what I can do is just do bolster and hinder again and bolster this time, and then I can let me see. Ooh.
And bolster Salek.
I think it's just bolstering myself, actually. Let me see. Oh, you can bolster a nearby character. Never mind. Yeah, maybe I will.
A nearby character.
Hmm.
Could be yourself, could be Salek.
Yeah, let's do prepared. I will, now that obviously our escaping foes are hindered, I will go and like catch up to Salek and bolster him by preparing him for what's coming next, which is probably a direct confrontation with her because she's going to be like right there when he catches up to her because he's like within arm reach.
Okay.
Nice.
So you can take 2+ to an appropriate roll or avoid marking a condition.
Cool. Thanks.
Nice.
Okay, so this is what happens. So you guys are chasing after her. She's making her own little tunnel. She's dragging, with the help of earthbending, Laugan land behind her. She's got like one hand and she's doing her thing. Salic launches himself towards her on a stream of water. You launch this river of water. You freeze, and she's kind of stuck. As Salic's just barreling towards her. She is going to, so you rolled a 7, so she's going to use bolster or hinder. So she's going to drop some rocks from the tunnel down and maybe try and cut you guys off a little bit. So she does a little bit of a collapse of the shaft behind her, though she's still kind of stuck there. So not necessarily the best move for her, but can maybe give her a bit of time to get out of that icy situation she's in.
Yeah. Take it one step at a time.
Yeah. So, let's move back to Yaling and Jasper and Lando. So Yaling is not doing too great in the fatigue department. What do you guys want to do for this round?
I'm gonna continue to defend and maneuver.
Okay. And
I am going to. I'm still flat on my face, so I am going to seize a position. Defend and maneuver, I guess.
okay. And then for Yaling, I'm going to pick pressure. So that'll be advance and attack. So feel free to do your rolls. Who's going first? Did you both pick defend and maneuver?
Yep.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, let's just go in the order we used last time.
Okay, so I rolled a 9, which means I think I need to.
1.
I can do 1, but I also get an extra 1 from fighting with Chewie.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, I'm going to use retaliate again. So I'm going to keep any time she inflicts a condition or fatigue, she marks fatigue, and then on top of that, I'm going to use Wall of Perfection to create a perfect wall of defense around myself and my allies.
So okay. And then, Jasper, what are you going to do to seize your
I got an 8, so I can do one thing.
Yes.
I'm going
I'm
to
skipping ahead. I'm like, all right, what's going on? What are you doing?
It's
Everybody
fine.
succeeds. Let's go. Yeah.
I'm going to seize a position, so I am going to. You can overcome a negative status or danger.
Oh, great. Yeah.
So I would like to overcome my incapacitation or impairedness, whatever it was. I don't know what you do when you overcome that. You just get rid of it.
Well, yeah. I think you get rid of that condition, and then we'll go through the role playing aspect of it, and then I'm gonna roll. Ooh, I got my character Yaling got an 11.
Is this an attack that she's doing on one of us? Or, well, I guess it...
Yeah, she was going to pick advance and attack.
Okay. I guess I'll wait until... Because she gets to do a couple things, right?
Yeah. So she's going to pick pressure and strike.
All right, I am going to mark a
So-
fatigue to block her strike with my wall of defense.
Great.
My wall of perfection.
Okay. So does this block? Sorry, does your okay? Let's go and just go whoop into role playing mode. What
Yeah.
does this look like?
So
Okay.
yeah, the wall of perfection. I think it's tied in with retaliate. Part of my thing being the icon. And part of the thing with the like archaeology thing is the like secret group of people within the Fire Nation that have kept some knowledge hidden that would have been destroyed by the Fire Lord, like the dancing stuff that's old Fire Nation stuff. And that's what Lando starts using as this thing he's been trained in as part of his education. And it ties in with his lightning bending. It's like a lightning dance. And just like lightning is sparking off of every like motion that he makes, creating this like web of lightning between himself and Li Ying.
Yaling.
Yeah,
I know
sorry.
it's confusing. Their names are very similar, but Yaling and Li Ling. Yaling is the daughter. There's also another daughter named Rue, and then Li Ling.
Sorry,
Mom.
Yao.
Yeah. And then Jasper, how do you seize your position? Or sorry,
I
is
just
that the one?
I seize the position. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I just push myself up, get up, and just like full body shake like a dog, get all the dust off, and like
Covered in mud. You guys are
Yeah.
all covered in mud.
and just like get all of the like, get it out.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah. I'm surrounded by lightning.
It looks awesome. It's like a dust storm, like a dirt devil.
Yeah.
So
I think that's all I can do.
yeah, I guess you rolled an 8. So Yaling is going to use pressure. So they are going to. So I choose an approach. Your foe cannot choose to use that in the next exchange. So I'm going to say, the approaches are, I guess, the combat. So let's say nobody can use seize the position. I don't know if it's the top one or the bottom. It's not very clear.
Does it say
No,
approach
Stu?
or technique?
You cannot choose that approach.
So it would.
So I guess it would be
Is that the whole thing?
Yeah, it's the whole thing. So
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Wow.
No
Wow.
advance and attack. Goodbye.
No defending or maneuvering, I guess, is that. So she uses some really impressive earth bending to basically create a 4x4 wall to sort of trap you in there. And she's like calling from like a pedestal above, and she's just like walking on these pieces of rock that are coming out, and she's just calling down on you like, you think 2 against 1 is anything? Well, wait till you see what I can do. So she intimidates you because, oh my god, that wall, that's a lot. And then she is going to strike a foe and reach, forcing them to fatigue, mark a condition, or shift their balance away from their choice. She's going to hit.
So that's the one I'm marking fatigue to block. So she can't.
Okay, so
it blocks a single attack. Yeah.
Okay, so that boop, nothing happens. She tries to throw a rock at you, not Jasper, Lando, as you do your lightning dance, and you just fucking like booty smash it. Like,
I think it's just fully like lightning strike and the rock explodes.
No, I want it to be. Yeah, sure, sounds good.
If you want, I can like twerk at it, and the like lightning can come from that.
I love it. Please twerk lightning at this rock. And it's gone, poofed.
Cheyenne disappeared.
Oh yeah, Cheyenne. Oh, just grabbing a charger. I know it well. Okay.
Awesome.
Great. We're gonna go switch to Salic and Nibby. So you guys are trapped behind a wall of pebbles. Not like huge rocks, not a huge landslide, but pretty small rocks generally. She's like stuck and trying to get herself free. She probably couldn't be like, one hand with the guy in her hand, the other guy and the other hand like rocks. Not the most like flourish of technique. But what would you guys like to do? You kind of trapped now, sort of behind these rocks, though it looks like they could be pushed away or moved away in some way. So
Yeah.
she's just trying to buy herself time to get out of this freezing, but she's still kind of stuck in there.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
Yeah, I wonder what to use to like clear the rocks. I don't know like what action that would be. I assume like actually I don't know. Cause smash is obviously smash and stuff. I guess you could like just take water and splash smash all the stuff away.
Oh, totally. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I mean, like erosion is a thing that exists. So rock, water beats rock in Pokemon, so why wouldn't it beat rock?
Good point.
The
True,
classic
true.
rules.
Point. It is
Yeah.
super effective if we're
True.
using Pokemon rules. And as we know here on
Yeah,
Muppet
it is
Quest, we always use Pokemon rules.
We always use Pokemon rules.
It's
So
an
yeah,
additional rule set to all games we play.
definitely Pokemon rules when it comes to anything elemental. Dragon versus dragon, just fucking weak is awful. Super effective. Anywho, yeah. So if you wanna use strike, I'm gonna let you guys choose your defend and maneuver, advanced attack, or evade and observe. The other condition I set was just for Jasper and Lando, so let's not worry about those guys. You guys can still do all three things.
Okay, I'll probably advance an attack then.
I'm going to. Oh, interesting. I'm going to. Oh, geez. There's actually a lot on my brain is trying to wrap around.
Okay. While you're thinking,
Don't forget,
I
you
will-
get a
Let me
bonus.
think. That's true.
Yeah, you can add a +2.
I would like to defend and maneuver.
Okay. And then Leeling will defend and maneuver as well. So let's get Saluk first, then Nibi, and then Leeling.
Okay. Here we go. Ooh, 11. That's with the +2.
Ooh.
Okay. Use one. I'm going to. So okay, this now everything's supposed to happen like actually happen simultaneously. So like, can I seize a position as one of my basic techniques, and that lets me once Nib has cleared the rock, I can like swoop in.
Sure. Let's go with narratively what makes sense. If you want to do it that way, sure.
All right. And then I get to use another one. I will also just ready myself because actually I have a. Oh no, wait, that marks fatigue. Ooh.
Yeah, but you know, you can mark.
Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry. I also get some basic moves. I'm going to. Man, I am not prepared for this. I thought I didn't think the walls would come tumbling down. Um, oh heck, you know what? I'm just going to. I'll just wait. I'll just seize a position.
Okay, well, you get to pick two things, but let's go with newbie, and then we can go back to you, and maybe you could figure out what your second thing is.
Sounds good.
Okay, newbie, you're going to advance an attack?
Yeah, so I'm gonna smash. Neeby's gonna open up her other little jug, get some more water out, and then is going to do a big splash to kind of clear some of the rocks out of the way and just like push them to the sides of the walls.
Just to check, what was
So-
your roll for that one?
I'm gonna roll now.
Oh, let's see how
roll.
that actually works.
Yeah, a little bit more exciting. Oh, yay, that's an 8. That's not too bad.
Okay, good. You get to do the thing you just described. So you you smash apart the rocks using your water. Obviously, you know, water versus rock, water wins. So you clear that path, and you see on the other side that the Leeling is the ice that you have her sort of trapped in with her feet. She's like freed herself from that by like cracking and shifting the ground, and she's got a bit of distance now on you, but you could still catch up. You could still see her. And then Saluk, so you chose seize a position, and then what was the next thing?
The next thing was I'm going to ready, and I'm going to assigning a fiction from assassin. I'm going to try and like impair what I'm gonna try to impair my enemy.
Okay, so describe how you do these two things that you were describing to try and maybe bring up the space between you and Leiling and the Laugan land she's striking after.
So I'm going to
Remember, you are a water bender. You can bend water.
yes. Yes, I'm going to. I'm as soon as the rock wall's cleared, I'm going to like jump into the space that was cut off from me, and I'm going to try and just like use a blast of water to knock her off balance.
Okay. Great. And she chose, oh my gosh, now it's been so long since I figured out what I chose. I think she was going to, was it advance and attack? Was it defend and maneuver? I think it was defend and maneuver.
Oh, yeah, you got it. I just remembered
Yeah.
that you said that.
I'm like, oh my god, what did I pick? So she's gonna defend and maneuver. So she rolled an 11. So she's gonna pick 2. So she's gonna retaliate. So as you are blasting her with water, each time a flow, you don't. I guess when you're readying, you are trying to impair me. So I'm trying to figure out what is happening. So you have tried to impair me with a blast of water. I retaliate. So that would have then inflict 1 fatigue upon you.
Yeah.
Okay, but she could still be impaired. Like you could still hit her, but she would still inflict 1 fatigue upon you. So
Yeah.
let's go with she's still impaired. Like you hit her again, so she's not. She's also dragging a guy. And yeah, she hits you back. You take 1 fatigue. And then she is going to. seize a position. She's going to continue to try and escape. Any foe I'm engaged with can mark 1 fatigue to block this technique.
I'm not going. Oh,
I was gonna say,
yeah, I'm not going
Carmen
to.
is engaged, but
Yeah, I am almost fully fatigued.
Yeah. So she's continuing her escape. So you blast her. She swings back in your blast, and as you're blasting her, she throws a rock right down your water spout from your hand, and that knocks you over a little bit, and she takes off running. And with that, we're going to take a break because I am going to explode if we don't go to the bathroom right now. So, classic
No.
D&D break.
No bones and exploding?
it's a lot
That's
easier
terrible.
to explode when you don't have the bones to hold everything together.
But there's no shrapnel. You're just like,
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
it's
just
a
a big
safe
water
explosion
jet.
then. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a
true,
water
true. It's a
balloon.
soft explosion.
It's a classic.
Anyways.
Self-explosion. Okay, we'll be back in let's say 10 minutes. Good time for everyone to get some tea and have a pee. Bye. Hey, we're
Oh
back.
no, really?
We're back and totally not in the middle of an argument.
About chairs.
Oh, we're not
Chairs.
actually arguing.
No.
We don't.
No,
we
no.
Don't, we
We're
don't argue. Are you
playfully.
kidding me?
Oh, you actually did start the stream. It
I
wasn't a
did
joke.
start the
No,
stream,
Taylor
yeah.
and I, we weren't arguing. I was making fun of the chair that we only use for this instance, and Taylor always gets saddled with it because my chair is too big for the bedroom.
Yeah, I'm in a
That's
nook
the
in the
excuse.
bedroom, and therefore I have the shitty chair and the bed.
Yeah.
But you know, bones. What can we say? So just picking up where we left off. Leeling's running down a tunnel. You guys are blasting off after her. Yaling is trapped you somewhat, not trapped you, Jasper and Lando, in a big stone box. So let's go back to that, because I feel like we can resolve this fight soon.
Yeah, it seems like she made it really hard for us to, defend ourselves because she's above us and maneuver because we're in a box. So I will choose attack and whatever the other part is.
Advance.
Attack and advance.
Yeah.
And I'm going to mark a fatigue to use my move, use their momentum.
Okay. Let's see what Jasper's going to do as well.
I am going to also advance and attack.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to sit. I should have done this sooner. I'm going to sit on something.
Yeah.
My hip hurts. And
You need like one of those stadium seat pillows. That you
Yeah.
I know. I broke my tailbone once, and I should have had one from back then, but I didn't. So it's everything in my hip pelvis area is fucked. So, it would be a good investment. Okay, so sorry to interrupt, Jasper. What are you doing? Also advancing and attacking?
Yes.
Okay.
We roll some dice.
Yes, roll some dice. I will also. They will. What will Yaling do?
I got 8.
Nice.
Do one thing.
All right.
We'll defend and maneuver.
So use it because I use the momentum. I'm doing this with focus instead of passion, and I'm prepared, so I get another +2, so +4 to this roll, which makes it an 11.
Oh, I have not been adding my plus. I got a 9 actually.
Oh, dope.
Oh.
Awesome.
I forgot about pluses.
We've never played a role-playing game. This is our first time
clearly
ever.
not ever.
Especially
The
with each
irony
other.
is that Phil asks me about them constantly all day because he's designing one. So, yeah, I got a 9. I guess. I think that changes things. No, that changes nothing. Okay.
No, you get to do one thing, and Stu gets to do 2 things.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Yeah. So Stu, what 2 things are you gonna do?
I'm going to strike at her, forcing her to mark 2 fatigue, my condition, or shift her balance away from center. That's your choice. And then the final thing about use momentum is I can use retaliate as if it were an advance in her attack ability. So I'm also going to retaliate.
Okay, sorry. Your first thing was I blanked out there. Strike, pressure, smash.
Strike.
Strike. Okay. Cool. Strike will reduce, forcing them to mark 2 fatigue. Boop, boop. And then they force you to take 1 fatigue.
Okay. If they do that, then they also mark fatigue because I've retaliate.
Yeah. Well, they're
Fatigue
already
fight.
they're already out. So I'm gonna go with they are fully fatigued, so they're done. But I think how this plays out is you strike them with how do you do this? So, like, you go first, then I'll go with what happens, and then we can resolve Lee's role as well.
Yeah. I feel like should have a good line here, which is because they're up on this like pillar above us, and they like probably have that like anime villain smirk that they've like got us trapped. And I'm gonna say that
Yeah.
you know,
It's like the glasses, and they like,
Yeah.
shing.
yeah, I push
I
up
see it.
my glasses and I like, you never want to be the tallest thing in a lightning storm, and the like lightning strikes down on them.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, nice. Cave lightning. So that happens. They fall down. They might but in that their pillar sort of crumbles. It does hit you. You take 1 fatigue.
Okay, I'm
And
out,
but they're
Ben. I'm out now. That was the last fatigue for me.
Oh
so did you didn't mark the one where I was talking about it before?
No.
Okay, let's skip that then. So you mark 2 fatigue, their pillar crumbles and they fall into a pile of rubble, as does the square cube that they had you in. Lee, is there anything you want to do to resolve your role as they have fainted? Pokemon rules. Not dead.
Well, I was gonna smash some stuff, but
You can do a celebratory smash.
yeah, just
I mean, this is a bad person. You might want to find a way to keep them there so you can get some sort of authorities. They've done a bad thing. So,
okay. Yeah, I will. Okay, so if I strike, I can mark a. They can mark a condition. Is that the same as a status? It's okay.
No, conditions are different.
Okay.
Yeah, conditions.
Are like
Those
afraid, angry,
typically.
foolish,
Yeah,
guilty.
exactly.
Oh. Okay,
You
so
can
I already
just,
said
like-
I was going to advance an attack. I don't know what I can. I
I
want to
mean,
like trap them. Like,
yeah, let's say you like letting go of your like attack roll,
Mhm.
seeing that they're incapacitated, you since they're what would be the best way to trap them? Maybe with some rope from the saddle of the
oh,
the-
right. Other things other than rocks exist.
yeah, I was gonna be like, well, rocks won't work because she is an earthbender too. So maybe you can just tie her up or something like that and drag her with you.
Yeah, okay. I'll grab her and tie her up onto Chewy's saddle. I got really bogged down in the fact that I needed to use one of these moves and that it had to be something with rocks.
I know.
Right, I could do
like,
other stuff.
There's
Yeah.
other stuff you can do.
Mm-hmm.
That does
Okay, I
feel
do
very
that.
in character for Jasper, though.
I know.
You're like
Jasper's
standing there
me.
looking at rocks, and then you're like look over and you're like, rope. Ah.
Yeah, Jasper's just me.
Yeah. I mean, there's always a little bit of ourselves in our characters.
Yeah.
So.
No, I'm not like Lando at all.
You are exactly Lando. Stu Pop playing as himself, Stu Pop, but with firebending powers.
And a grad student.
Yeah.
And a grad student. I feel like maybe you've done enough school where it like stacks up and you're like kind of have that level. Anyways, let's go back to Saylook and Nibby. So she's bolting, but then you notice somebody catching up to you guys, and it's actually her other daughter, Rue. And she's like sees you two and goes like, I'm not here to fight. I'm not here to fight. I'm not a bender. I can't do anything. I just want my mom to stop this nonsense. Like, it's not fair what she's doing. And I'm here to help. If I can help convince her to stop what she's doing, maybe we can have an upper hand.
I give her 2 big thumbs up and say, follow us.
I mean, I was saying that she ran down the
Yeah,
thing.
she's not near us.
Not
Oh,
near
sorry.
you.
I
Lando
thought she was
just-
running behind us. Sorry, that was my
No.
mistake.
No, she's run behind Nibby and Sealuk.
Got it.
So she's going to run with you guys down the tunnel to hopefully convince her mom to end this madness, because she's obviously cornered. So
Sounds good. Can I ask Rue where she thinks she's running to, like where her mom is going? Like, where is she planning on taking our Guyland friend?
Laugan Line? Yeah, Guyland.
Guyland?
close.
Question mark?
Close, because Guyland is like cabbage and Guyland is just like a different, Guyland is like
The wrong vegetable. Oops.
A
Wrong
different
vegetable.
cabbage.
but in that family. So Laugan Line, I think the deal was my mom was going to take her to the our factory. So she's probably boring a tunnel to like our factory and keeping him there in one of the back storerooms. This is the voice I've given her. This is just what's
I
happening.
like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm practicing my voices. So she
The non-bending daughter.
non-bending. I'm Rue. I don't know. Anywho, so you guys take off after her, and you notice the tunnel does end up in a factory, and she's got Lao Ganlan tied up, and not tied up. I guess she's an earthbender. She's got him earthbended up again, but she's like ready to fight you guys from that position, and you guys pop out of the hole with Rue, and then slowly behind you comes Lando and Jasper.
And Chewie.
And Chewie. And Yowling.
Yes, because she is tied to Chewie.
Yeah.
Even if ropes weren't my first choice, I guess they work.
Yeah. So she's in fighting position. Was there anything you guys want to do to maybe try reasoning with her, or her balance? Her principle is control.
Mhm.
So
Ooh, I have an idea.
Yeah.
She's got a non-bending daughter, and she couldn't even control the fact that one of her daughters is a non-bender, and if she's all like bender supremacist, that means she's like clearly she has a favorite daughter, and
Yeah.
that's not cool. And I'm sure there's something else there, but my main thing is that one of her daughters is non-bender, and that must make her really mad because she didn't have control over that.
yeah,
That's
so
what I think.
that's a good point. That's definitely a point. So what do you say in this situation? Like, how do you use now having this knowledge? Rue's there. You've defeated Yahweh. And what do you say as a group to maybe like with this knowledge? I'm gonna let you go first, Jasper. What do they say?
Probably pretty much what I just said, like to the group.
Yeah.
Like
So you're gonna
they're like,
gonna tell everybody that. Okay.
yeah. So like, they're like, wait. You're her daughter. You're not a bender,
I'm her daughter.
and you're not a bender.
No.
See, I thought that she would all be like only benders because the whole family's benders, but that's clearly not the case. So what up with that? Hey, everybody, like, what do you think about that? She can't even control her own family's bending.
That's a good point. I mean, she always, tried to just keep me in the background and.
Well, that's not cool.
Yeah.
You're both her daughters. Plus, we beat this one, so bring the
Yeah.
other one.
Only one of your daughters is still conscious.
Yeah.
So what's the play here?
Yeah, I'm gonna just point out she's losing control. Like, she needs to give up control, right? Like, trying to control everything isn't working for her.
Yeah.
So maybe it's time to give up control and turn herself in. It's only going to lead to people getting hurt, including...
Or just realize that we need to work together.
Yeah.
And also the getting hurt thing. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no worries.
Like, if we keep going down this path, someone's gonna get hurt. You know, one of your daughters has already been knocked out, and only because we were fighting, and the whole time we were just trying to defend ourselves. In that case,
She goes, I can't give up. I'm from the Earth Kingdom. And she does this moving speech about when the Fire Nation attacked and burned her village, that the Earth King was too weak to put up any defense, as he was a non-bender. So her rest of her family perished, and she attributes this to the weakness of the Earth King.
King
and his
Boomy?
non-bending. No.
No,
Whoever
different king.
his successor was.
Oh,
I don't
that
know.
guy.
Wait, I don't have that in my notes. What the
Right.
name of that? Maybe
Forgot
I do,
about that
actually.
guy.
Love King Boomy. Just
Yeah,
want to point that out.
You know, people that are unable to defend themselves against invaders and fascists, that's not their fault. It's the fault of the people doing the invasion, doing the attacking. It was benders that burned your village. And the people in charge of that have been defeated. We're trying to create something new, better, that's like equal for everyone here.
No, this upsets the balance of things. Benders are superior. We are more powerful. And
Yeah, but we have to be balanced. When you say balance, we have to be balanced with the non-benders. There's benders and non-benders
have
for a reason,
something
clearly.
that's superior in balance and be in balance. Balance is about everything being even, being given equal weight.
I'm trying to bring balance to the world. I don't care about balance.
Oh, you're the Avatar now? Okay.
I'm not the Avatar. I'm the un-Avatar. I don't give a shit about the Avatar. Balance to the nations, like, who cares? I'm just trying to protect myself from non-benders and their ineptitude.
You're trying to protect yourself from your daughter. Got it. Mm-hmm.
I don't mean my daughter Rue.
But you mean all non-benders, right? So you're just picking and choosing. I see. It's just whoever you want. Because we're benders, and we're clearly against you, so I don't.
I make an arc of water to illustrate that I'm a bender. Whoosh.
Nice.
Strike a pose.
Straight. Yeah. It's like when Aang does the thing where he spins the thing.
Yeah.
I'm the Avatar. Look. Okay. So are you? We have our basic moves when we're out of combat. Is there anything you guys would like to use to try and convince her to not fight you guys?
All my stuff is not punching.
Yeah, I'm not good at tricking.
Can I use a move? I've got a new move for this.
Yeah.
It's called Your Rules Stink. When you stand up to an adult by telling them their rules are stupid, I get to roll with passion. And on a hit, they're surprised by my argument and must shift their balance or offer us a way forward. So I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to tell her, well, if that's going to be the case, if you want to be in control and if you don't want to pick and choose, then right now you need to say goodbye to your daughter and lock her up as well. Let's see if you can do that.
Move size large.
Ooh. That is a 7, and I grab Rue and pass her to her mom.
And then she goes, Rue goes, Mom, you're not gonna win this. We're, sure, technology's making things a little bit more equal in the world, but that's not so bad. I mean, just as long as maybe the workers all get their fair share and shares in the corporations. Maybe that's the best idea, is that if they do take over the factories so that the workers are the ones profiting. She's like, communism is a good thing. Yeah, and maybe
the workers
that's
are
the best
invested,
way. Then they're empowered, and that's benders and non-benders alike. Maybe that's the best way to do things. Rather than retaliating against the non-benders. It's not the non-benders' fault that technology is advancing so quickly after the war. And then Li-Ling looks at her daughter, and she looks at Yaling slung over her saddle, and she's like, you know, if that's the best way I can control the situation is by working with the workers and making sure that everybody is empowered, then maybe that's the best way rather than chasing people out of town. Maybe you're right, Rue. And actually listens to her daughter. That's a very strong argument you guys have been making. She doesn't want to hurt her daughter, even though she's like, you're a weakling, but whatever.
But I love you.
It's a step.
I love you. And
Yeah.
they're looks around and takes stock of the situation and is like, I'm gonna lose, so let's backtrack a little bit here.
I would still like to encourage her to turn herself in, because she did bomb a bunch of stuff, and try and like convince her that that's the best thing. Like, if she turns herself in, like, her daughters won't be accessories to what she did. If she, they can take a step and like lead her company forward together. Like, obviously, Rue has her head on straight. She can represent the non-benders, while Yelling represents the benders. So they will always be in balance. They'll be able to like balance each other out.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. So there's actually no police force in town in the Cranefish Town yet. So what happens from here is that the Kyoshi warriors bust into the building.
Ooh.
They show up, and they've got a couple of them have a couple of these gangster thugs that you kind of recognize from the chaos before, and they go, we were sent here by the head of Cabbage Corp to help assist in finding Lao Gan Lan, and it appears that we have found the perpetrator, and we will be taking her under arrest, I guess, because there's no police force, so I guess they're just gonna capture her and take her to some sort of punishment. And since they are all non-benders, they have beaten a bunch of benders in town, which is impressive. They are chi blockers. So
is Sokka there with them?
No.
Because Sokka be there with
his partner
them.
leads them.
Yeah. He's not there, but the Kyoshi warriors come and they take over the situation. The daughters, they're gonna go that they've been manipulated, so they're not going to necessarily take them away. Also, they're minors, but they will take Li-Ling away to sit trial, maybe in front of the business council, and they will determine her punishment. But they have been hired in the meantime to be sort of like the kind of police force, to stop the chaos. And this could have broken bad pretty bad. So they're happy to show up and help and provide their services, non-bender to non-bender, and go from there. So that's pretty much the rest of the adventure. You can go. Lao Gan Lan is now free. And he runs up to you guys, and he's crying. He's so happy to see you guys. He's like, it's been a couple crazy days. Did I miss our test? Did they reschedule it? I studied so hard. I was up for 4 nights, and I didn't sleep. And I'm so happy to see you guys. And he's just like crying and sobbing and snot and just everything.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah, no,
I stoically put my hand on his shoulder, and I say, you missed the test.
I break off a cabbage leaf and offer it as a tissue.
You will get an extension, but you will be docked 5% for the day.
Because I was kidnapped?
Look, the rule is just that if you miss it, my hands are tied.
We can't all be kidnapped,
Also, your dad has already moved on and adopted a new son in the few days that you've been away.
What?
You're no longer the heir to the Cabbage Corp.
I'm gonna look very serious. Like, I'm gonna steeple my hands, look very serious. Like, okay, just this once. I will break with the rules. I'll give you the extension, and I'm gonna break with tradition, so I'll shift my balance and recover some fatigue.
Oh, nice. Good.
He's still crying and sobbing as he went, "What, new son? I don't want to. I have a brother."
Dude, they're messing with you.
Oh,
None of us did the test today. We came to find you instead.
oh, I'm so thankful.
Or yesterday, or
You
whatever
guys
it was.
are my best friends, my only friends.
I mean,
We're
I
all
don't have
just like-
any other
I'm your
friends.
TA, so I would like to keep this as strictly a professional sort of relationship.
Okay. So you take, I guess, Lao Ganlan back to his father. His father is overjoyed. You all get scholarships.
Do you think we should go get
for-
some like noodles first? We should go.
Yes, you should get some noodles first, and then you'll take.
I
him to
mean,
his
they
father
probably
and get
haven't
your
been feeding
scholarship.
him very well, so that would make sense.
You all get noodles from like a ramen stand.
Yay!
Yeah. Nice.
And it's so good, and you're all dusty, and you've all been scuffed up, and it's just like the best end to the day, and you're all slurping soup and high-fiving.
Chewie is also
and
slurping fried by Chewie a bowl of noodles.
a big bowl of noodles.
A big Komodo rhino bowl sized bowl. It's like ginormous.
Yeah.
We go to
Yeah.
a noodle place that has one of those like the like 5-liter noodle challenge or whatever. But I get that for, and then I don't have to pay because he finishes it in the time limit.
There's nothing
And
in
the
the
owner
rules
just
that
glares
say.
at you.
There's nothing in the rules that say.
Ganlan was just gonna pay for
rhino
you
can't.
anyways.
Rhino can't slurp soup. Is
Well,
that
I
what you're
can't
gonna say?
accept gifts from students. That's unethical. So
I pay your wages. Stop it. My dad pays for the school.
I could get
I just
fired.
sound like this all the time. Pay for your own den soup. I don't care. Then fine. I'm really whitey. I'm a whitey guy. Did you know?
You're just
sound like this
cranky.
all
You
the
just gotta
time.
eat.
Honestly, I'm already regretting saving you. I mean, not the part where we
Anyway.
stopped the whole like Bender supremacy thing. That was good, but
Yeah,
this
some
is-
good came out of this.
Yeah, so-
Upon hearing about the situation in town, you hear word that the Avatar will come to visit in a couple weeks, but you know, to kind of help settle things and maybe work on the balance in Republic City or Cranefish Town, and maybe come up with a better name than Cranefish Town. So we'll see. And
I hope
if
he comes
anybody's
up with like
interested,
a non-generic name.
yeah,
Mm.
Something cool,
Yeah.
like
where everybody can live, that is, yeah. I was gonna say, if anybody's interested, a couple of the characters I pulled from this are from the graphic novel, the Avatar graphic novel, and the Imbalance graphic novel. So it's similar, it's inspired by, but definitely check those out. They're great, and I hope they don't ruin the live action TV show when that comes out. But this would be great. It's been great playing Avatar Legends with everybody.
Mhm.
Thank you
It has
for like their patience and us learning the system together. I think it's gonna be super cool when it comes out. I'm so excited. To get
Yeah,
my
I'm
hands
really
on,
interested to see like how
yeah.
combat expands in the like final
Yeah.
version with like more
Mhm.
techniques and stuff.
Yeah.
And if there's
And
any
I'm
way to
excited-
like recover fatigue easily, I think maybe using the balance stuff would
There
help
was-
You can also
clear
use
fatigue.
evade and observe to take off
Mhm.
fatigue.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah.
clear when fatigue and roll with creativity or harmony.
Yeah.
I did not see that.
There's also some stuff with the NPCs that like you're running it like they give them 3 skills and I'm like, which 3 skills? You just get 3 numbers and there's like 4 skills or stats.
Huh.
And it's like, so you get 3 numbers for some of the NPCs and you get 4 stats and I'm like, where there's no 0. What? So I just had to make it up. So that was a little bit difficult, but you know, I think there's definitely some definitely be interesting to see how this evolves into like a full-fledged
Yeah.
RPG,
Yeah.
and keeps building upon what they've made here. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised by like how the combat works and stuff. It did feel a lot more like evocative of Avatar than I was expecting from like a PBTA, which can often be very sort of like one note combat-y.
Mhm.
So it's kind of cool. It's almost like it's a mini game within the game, which is interesting.
Yeah. Any thoughts from anybody else before we do the wrap up?
I think
Ending a
the
little bit
balance
early, only
component.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. I was just gonna say I really enjoyed the balance component, and I wish I played into that more. I feel like it's just really fun to push your character in one direction or the other, and it would be great to see like if it would be. I know you can manipulate we couldn't really manipulate NPCs' balance, so it'd be cool if they could actually develop that so you could use persuasion to shift them a bit more, have a bit more of an effect. Because like some people like to talk and figure things out rather than fight, so it'd be great to have that opposite balance too.
And also, I think like a lot of shifting balance, even in the fight rules, there's lots of like you can shift their balance stuff too. So I think seeing how that expands out would be really cool. I agree.
Yeah, totally.
Like when we were in combat, that was a bit confusing because it's like, okay, this is their principle, but how do you shift their balance if they've only got one principle, you know? So it kind of then, since the NPCs are one-sided, it relies more heavily on combat than it would like negotiations or something of that matter. So it's definitely interesting to see how that sort of evolved as well. I was just gonna say, we are trying to wrap it up a little bit early tonight. I have to be up at 6 a.m. So let's just do our sign-offs by letting people know where they can find our stuff.
Yeah, why don't we start with Cheyenne?
Yes, just best.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me on again. It was so much fun. My current long-standing D&D group has been on hiatus for the past couple of weeks, so it's been great to get my fill. So once again, thank you for having me, and I hope we get to have a little chat or a future game someday. I would love to come back. For me, you can find me on Instagram at the Cheyenne Kid, and much like two other players here, we should just start a design agency, but you can hit me up for any art or graphic design ideas or tips. Now we're gonna all out promote and outsell each other. No, but that's where you can find me. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, Cheyenne. We'd love to have you back for a future game. So we'll keep in touch about that, and maybe have you back for a Talk the Quest, so we can dive a little more in depth into our experience with the game and what pizzas we like, and all sorts of things. We'll figure that out. So we might announce that we'll do a Talk the Quest maybe next week, maybe somewhere down the line. How about you, Lee? Where can people find you?
I'm not up to much these days. Perceived. I do not wish to be found or perceived. I'm at Lee Eldridge on pretty much everything. If you want to come see what I'm up to, which is not a whole lot. I made a really cool pie a couple weeks ago. I think that was the last thing I Instagrammed. Maybe I'll Instagram my crochet project when it's sort of finished. I might be back here at some point in the future, and if I do end up doing anything, it'll probably be on the social medias. So I'm really exciting.
Fantastic.
Or you could listen to the Dungeon Punks podcast, which is not doing anything currently, but does have a whole season on wherever you find your podcasts. So there's that.
And it's pretty good, if I don't say myself.
It's fine. We're fine.
And even if you don't like the actual play portion, you get 2 songs from really good bands every episode. So
that is true.
Yeah.
Where can we find Carmen?
You can find me on most social medias at On a Roll Games. I mostly do blog posts or pictures of models I'm painting. I am currently working on none of those right now. I got school. It's doing its thing. It's enjoyable, but it's a full-time job. So and on top of my full-time job. So but check me out there. Stuff will happen, and you can always listen to myself and Taylor on the Adventure EXE podcast. We're going to be starting a new season arc, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of ambiguous with podcasts, but we're going to be starting a new one soon. You can catch up on the old stuff. There's a lot of it, so just choose some random episodes. Roll a die, and then choose a random episode to listen to.
Since I am a character in season 2, I say start season 2, but
Yeah,
you
start at
don't
season
need,
2.
you listen to all of it. You don't need the seasons are incongruous, so like don't worry about.
I would say I
going.
jumped back into season 2 when Taylor started, and that's actually a pretty good point to jump into the season 2. I would say if you don't want to listen to all of it because you have a life and need time and don't have the time to listen to a full season of a podcast.
No. Listen to it on transit. Listen to it while you're cooking. Listen to it. There's all sorts of ways you can listen to a podcast. But thank you for that. That's a nice compliment too, that you started when I joined up again with the crew full time, because Torrin was off doing.
Yeah,
stuff.
It was a good jumping on point. I thought, as far as like the story goes, it's like a nice point to jump in. Again, if you do not have time to listen to all of it, which I would also recommend. I thoroughly enjoyed the season.
Season 3 is going to be, what we can say of it so far is it's going to be so we're recording our first season 3 episode on Halloween. It's going to be a kind of like a dollar store version of Raven's Loft, is what we've discussed, and that's been publicized on our Discord channel. And both Carmen and I have created our characters. I was perfecting an accent today, so we're really excited to introduce our new characters. And
can we get a sneak peek of the accent? Isn't that the What the Quest exclusive?
Oh, what was? Oh God, where was I? It was like a bit nasally. It's hard to do when I can't say like I'm this character. It's not like Rue's voice, but it's more like goblin-y. A little bit goblin-y and a little bit British. I don't know. It's hard. I was practicing. Without getting myself into character. It's a little bit goblin-y and a little bit posh. So let's go with that.
Ooh, okay.
We still have over a week to practice, so we can do this.
Yeah. Not gonna do it without getting into character. So it was a bit difficult. But if you like a high-pitched nasal voice, it will be kind of goblin-y. So, but not full goblin-y, which is a little bit more like this. I'm a goblin. So, we'll see how that goes. Let's see how long I can keep up the accents.
Carmen, you got an exclusive accent reveal?
No, you'll have to listen.
Okay.
You'll just have to listen.
Good salesmanship, Carmen. Good salesmanship.
Yeah. Hit that subscribe button, peasants.
Yeah. Okay, well, and Stu.
Yeah, people can find me at StuPop everywhere or at stupop.art on Instagram, where I am drawing things, including ever continuing to expand my Jeff Goldblum collection.
It's so great.
Yeah.
It's a really, really old inside joke from...
Yes, but you can be a part of it by going to my Instagram and viewing images that should not exist. Or very much should exist, depending on your feelings about furries and Jeff Goldblum.
It's becoming more and more concerning as it becomes more and more realistic.
Yeah. Just to plug my last thing, you can find me on all social medias as Tay Ramon69, including Instagram, TikTok, which I only do occasionally. I try. You can follow me there and see stuff I do and things, and maybe something cool really soon, and I'll announce once I know more details about when that thing is happening. So follow me on social.
yeah, both Taylor and I sell shirts, which you can find through our social as well. So go buy shirts from us so we aren't poor. Not that the shirts particularly help with that, but it feels good.
But they
Yeah.
could.
But they could.
It does help. It more helps with a richness of the mind and the
True.
soul.
Richness of the
Agreed.
mind.
Agreed.
Yeah, yeah.
Validation.
Validation.
Is that it? That everything?
That's everything.
All right. Well, then, thank you, everybody, for tuning in to What the Quest. We had a blast playing Avatar Legends. Absolutely recommend you go find the Quickstart rules, which are free right now. Play it yourself. Let us know what you think. And we will be maybe back next week to chat. Just do a little chat, a little talk the quest. And then we'll be for sure back in 2 weeks with a new game. Who knows what it's going to be? Not us. We haven't decided yet. So tune in for that. It'll be a lot of fun. And we'll see you later. Bye.
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 Bye.